everyone. Welcome to Beyond and Above, a show where we bring to you people who are doing beyond and above in their careers or their talents. Now, today we have a very exciting guest with us. I am super excited because this is more of science and technology, and you know, science is my stuff. So, our guest today is Mwangala Maunga, and this is a young girl who is a well-recognized inventor, and she has invented a solar water purifier. Isn't that exciting? And not only that, she's won big awards for this innovation, and one of them being the DStv Multi-Choice Powerpuff Girls Award, which was hosted in South Africa. But let me not tell her story. It's her time to tell her story. Let's shine a light on her. Hello, Mwangala.
Hi.
How are you?
Okay, how are you?
I'm good. Are you nervous? No. You were born ready, full of confidence. You're 15, right?
Yes.
Wow. I'm just really amazed. You guys are about to listen to an amazing, inspiring story. So, Mwangala, tell us a little bit about yourself. What you're doing right now.
Okay.
Just something short.
Okay, first, my name is Mwangala. As earlier stated, I'm 15 years old and I'm grade 11 at Roma Girls Secondary school. I'd like to describe myself as different. If I was told to describe myself in one word, it would be different.
Yeah.
Because I don't feel like I think in the way most people do or do things the way most people do. And I take pride in my uniqueness. I'm all about authenticity and science and technology and being as expressive as possible in those fields.
Wow. I'm just feeling excited about this. So I'm going to take you back because we want to understand your journey from the beginning. So let's start from, I think, 2014, when you became a TV presenter. So tell us a little bit about that. How did that start and how did you feel about it and how was your experience?
Okay, so the first time I was ever in front of a camera was when I was 5, when I started doing adverts.
Yeah.
And then in 2014, I was asked to be one of the presenters for a show on the BBC called Young Club. I can't lie, at first I was really, really nervous, but then I always have a tendency of having fun with everything that I do. Like, I make everything fun. So through that experience, I also got to interview the former First Lady, and it was an experience that really showed me that I'm actually more confident than I think I am. And if I'm able to use my voice for good, I feel like I can create positive change in the world. And I think that's where it all started. I've always been confident. I've always been a confident girl. But I feel like there are some times where I know I can use my voice for something. I know my voice is valid. I know my opinion matters. And so through that, I've gained a lot of knowledge, and I've had many experiences where I've had to be in front of a camera. Therefore, I have no fear whatsoever of being in front of a camera.
Wow. Can you just give me a little bit of that confidence, Well, we'll talk about it. So you did the whole TV presenting and you're not afraid of the camera anymore, and that was really amazing. And then later on, and I'm not sure if it's 2016, Yeah, in 2016, you were noticed by Little Miss Intellect, Zambia. Tell us a little bit about that. What's the organization about and how did you become president? Yeah, tell us a little bit about that.
So Little Miss Intellect Zambia is an organization that focuses on building the girls' confidence, making us knowledgeable about our human rights, and being able to use our voices for good. So I joined Little Miss Intellect Zambia, and they're closely related, like what they do and what the organization is about is closely related to the Sustainable Development Goals. And my goal was goal number 11, making cities safe and sustainable. So through that, I also attended various seminars. We were invited to speak at Parliament and all that, and I was eventually elected as president. I never took part in the beauty pageant. I was usually the presenter because of my experience before with presenting and all that. I was given the opportunity to be the presenter and the president of LMIT. So Little Miss Intern like Zambia basically helped me build my confidence. Also, it added to the confidence I really had. It also made me open to all these issues and all these different platforms that could be used, or these different issues affecting us as youth in Zambia, in Africa, and in the world. And it also made us more knowledgeable about the Sustainable Development Goals, how we can achieve them by the time they need to be achieved, and what can be done amongst ourselves, and just spreading all sorts of knowledge and encouraging positivity within ourselves, encouraging body positivity, how we think, and being like support systems to one another.
Wow, that's really amazing. You mentioned something about addressing Parliament. When you got to address Parliament, what were you talking about, and what which message did you want to bring out there in Parliament?
What I was talking about was climate justice and how we as Zambian people can contribute positively to eradicating the climate crisis that's going on in our country. I did it when I was really, really young, and I feel like during that time people are not really knowledgeable about climate change. So being able to speak to members of parliament and all these other stakeholders was really amazing, in that I got the opportunity to speak about something that I'm really passionate about, because I'm also an ambassador for climate change and the organization Plan for the Planet. And speaking about all these issues and all these things, I feel like I educated more people, and I feel like now more will be done, and more like the campaign was introduced, and that way people were more knowledgeable really. And in my school spaces, like my classroom, my school, I'm able to educate and even carry out various activities concerning climate change and how we can best fight this situation.
Exciting, really exciting. I mean, this is amazing. And before the shoot started, you talked about how when you walked in Parliament, like everybody was shocked, like, what is she going to say, And then when you spoke, like there was so much, excitement on their faces. How was that? How was the experience when you saw that from them?
I feel like they had a sense of pride in us, because we're quite a number of kids, and it's that type of thing where you don't expect it. Like, they don't expect it. It's something that comes from. It's something that really, like, okay, I can say that they just didn't expect it, because one, it was from a little girl.
Yeah.
Like, usually it would be, oh, it's a boy, then okay.
Yeah.
But like, it's a little girl who's talking like that. Like, what kid is this? And I wasn't the only one. There were so many amazing girls. Like, I remember Chilekwa, she's one of, I think she was one of the best speakers, honestly.
Yeah.
Because the way she articulated what she was talking about, and how we all just put in our best and just did what we felt like, okay, this is going to change the world, and being given that opportunity really did the most for most of us.
Wow, that's really amazing. It's great to see that, there are people coming out there, young girls, being bold and serious about what they do. Now let's get into the innovation, the science stuff, So in 2018, you win the Powerpuff Girls Award. This is not just for Powerpuff Girls. This is not just about Cartoon Network. This is like DStv Multi Choice. You're going to South Africa, everything paid for. You told me how they even took you out for a spa, told you to get whatever you wanted. Tell us everything about the Powerpuff Girls Award. Like, how did it start? How did you apply all the way to when you went to South Africa?
Okay, so firstly, I came up with the solar water purifier. That should have been in 2016.
Mm-hmm.
I came up with the solar water purifier, and it was something that I had started at first. I'm like, okay, let me just try this, because I had attended a conference earlier on talking about methods of water purification and all that. So in 2017, I was writing my grade 7 exams, masters in grade 6, and my mom told me to put it off a bit because I had to focus on my exams. But in 2018, I remember I was watching Teen Titans, one of my favorite shows on Cartoon Network. I was watching Teen Titans with my little brother, and then I saw the ad on TV. I'm like, okay, let me just do it, for the fun of it. And then I entered my project into it. And then after some time, like 2 weeks later, it should be 2 weeks or 3 weeks later, we started seeing the attractions go, like the applicants and all that, and all the girls that had entered their ideas into the competition. And I'm just like, why did I even do this? I mean, look, I'm not even going to win this.
Yeah.
Because African girls have such amazing ideas. It's unbelievable the amount of talent that we as girls have. Not just girls, even boys. But, you know, it was just amazing to see, like, there are girls out there that think like me. Like, I'm not the only one.
Yeah.
And then in November, I got home that day from school and seeing my mom, like, she told me, you won the competition. I'm like, really? Yeah, you've got to be kidding me. You're lying. And then she's like, no, for real, you won the competition. I'm just like, seriously? Like, yes. So, we're preparing. All the preparations were done, passport and all that. And then I went to SA. When I got to SA, well, I was given what I call princess treatment. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Like, we had spa days, shopping, and most importantly, even the interviews even played like a huge part in getting me to where I am today. Because it's not only people from here that heard my story, it's also people from there and people from other African countries. And it was amazing because I got to make 2 new friends, Daniela and Udiwe, and we just had a lot of fun together. A lot of opportunities came from that, and I'll just say, if it hadn't been for that competition or me putting if it hadn't been for me putting myself out there, I don't think I would have been here.
Because I remember you told me that when you drew the water purifier, the solar water purifier, your friend looked at it and was like, no one is going to listen to you.
Yeah, no one's going to listen to that. You're a little girl, like, come on. And I still remember, it was behind my science book. Ironically, behind my science book is where I did the first model of the solar water purifier. And under it, I wrote down the description of how it's supposed to work.
Yeah.
And then I closed it. I'm like, maybe she's right. I mean, what's going to take me and all that? Yeah.
But then you put yourself out there, and I think that's really something that's important, putting yourself out there. Okay, so now in I don't know what year that was though, where you got to talk about the Zambia You Want at Mulungushi Conference, which was an event that was organized by UNICEF and other organizations. So when you spoke, you are obviously talking about the Zambia You Want. So what is the Zambia that you want?
The Zambia I want is where all ideas are made to feel important, and everything that we come up with that is beneficial to the country is actually implemented. Whether it's in science and technology, whether it's in the arts, all of it must be implemented because it's contributing to our global image, you know. It's making Zambia look as attractive as it should be looking. We are years behind in technological advancement, and you know, I feel like we haven't been given a lot of opportunities because look, we're going outside the country to put ourselves out there,
and people are noticing us
outside the country. Quite alright for putting our country on the map, but what are we doing as a country to better ourselves? Because if, for example, the solar water purifier, an international company wants to buy it, it becomes theirs, and we start buying it as Zambians. You know what I mean? Yeah. It's supposed to be like everything that is made locally is supposed to be like released locally and implemented locally in order for us to maintain or even better our country's image. And just for Zambia, I want a Zambia where youth are appreciated as much as they should be. We shouldn't be looked at as just kids, like we don't know what we're doing. We have so many ideas. We're amazing people. I know for a fact, even my friends, like the like-minded people I hang out with, like the ideas we have, even when we're talking about it on the bus, walking to school, it's like, it's something that you even feel like, okay, the next generation, the people that are coming up, we're going to do amazing things, and we just want to be appreciated and made to feel like our presence is felt.
That is the Zambia you want.
Yes.
Amazing. That is the Zambia I want to, where innovation is actually embraced. So I'm actually excited about the new ministry, but we'll talk about that later because I have it for you. So you got to win the Push Women Award. You were actually you're actually still the youngest recipient of that award, the Push Women Award, which was in 2019. So now for that one, what I want to hear from you is, what advice do you have for young people who are afraid to pursue their dreams? Because that award is so prestigious. I mean, there are people like Zingamelo, or those big people who got that award, and you are there, the youngest person to receive that award. So it means that you're not afraid to pursue your dreams. So what advice do you have for young people to pursue their dreams, who are afraid to pursue their dreams?
Stay in your simplicity. Everybody is unique. Everybody is different, and you should take pride in being different. You don't want to be ordinary. You don't want to be like everybody else. You don't want to do everything everybody is doing. That's what makes you stand out. The fact that you honor your difference, you know. And don't be afraid to speak out about certain things. Don't be afraid to share your opinions. When you see there's a platform that is open to you, where you feel like, okay, I can make a positive change here, my voice can be heard here, don't be afraid to do it. I repeat, with emphasis, don't be afraid to do it. There'll be a lot of people that might be against you. There'll be also a lot of people that are rallying behind you. Take the positive. Even take the positive and do what you want with it. Do what you feel like something that's going to remain, make your mark, And with all this negative energy coming in, you need to turn it into positive energy. Turn the impossibilities into possibilities. I'll take it from my cyberbullying experience. A lot of things were being said, a lot of hurtful, ugly things were being said on social media, but I didn't let that keep me down. I used that as a driving force to continue doing it, to continue doing what I do, and to even help in the fight against cyberbullying. It's something that's so, it's bad. Cyberbullying is horrible because it just doesn't change your social media image. Even your mental health is disturbed. You will never be the same person, but you need to learn from that and you need to move forward. You don't have to hold on to it and say, oh no, because I was cyberbullied, I don't want to do it anymore. You will feel like giving up. I'm not guaranteeing the feeling of you won't feel bad. No, you will feel bad, but you don't have to keep yourself down. Those stones that are being thrown at you, use them as stairs to get ahead, and just stay true to who you are. Believe in yourself, because your biggest competition is yourself. The way you speak about yourself, the way you think about yourself, the way you believe in yourself is the way other people will believe in you. So if you don't believe in yourself, then no one else will believe in yourself. So you have to do what is right by you. I know we have shy people. We have people that feel like, oh no, maybe it's not going. Just do it. Just do it. You won't know where. You don't know where it's going to take you. Because I didn't expect myself to go this far because of the idea behind my grade 6 science book. So put yourself out there. Do what you love, and stay true to yourself.
Awesome. So authenticity, and also don't be afraid. Just put yourself out there. And I really, really like that. Now, you did mention about cyberbullying, and I did ask you for permission to talk about this. So I remember I'm seated in the house and I'm watching DStv, right? Each time I would switch on the TV, it's Mwangala's face that would come up, I would see her on the ad, and for me it wasn't a big deal. I was like, oh, this girl is really amazing. But then when I went on social media, people were like, oh, this girl is always popping up on TV and stuff like that. So I didn't even know that people had bullied you, using that. So how did you overcome it? You know, for someone out there who's experiencing cyberbullying, because I feel a lot of people are experiencing cyberbullying. So how did you overcome that?
I'll call it self-therapy.
Okay.
Yeah, I'll call it self-therapy. When I saw it, I was the first one to see it. I'm the one who showed it to my parents. I'm like, look, this is what's being said. And that's how I just said, I'm confused. Like, it's not my fault.
It wasn't even your fault. Like, DStv was on airing that ad all the time.
Like, it's not me who controls it at my place.
Yeah.
No, it wasn't my fault. And it turned into something. It was bad. It no longer even became about the advert being overrun, It became about, because she's this, and this, because she's this, and this. And the most hurtful part, I don't think I've spoken about this enough, is the fact that even people I knew, people that were in my class, people that were my parents' friends, family members, family members. And I'm just like, this is a sign. This is a sign.
Yeah. God
has shown me. Because in my head, beforehand, it's like everybody has to like me. Because of what I've done, everybody has to like me. Everybody has to agree with me, And that was a rude awakening, It's something that I hadn't expected at all. It was on a Sunday, I was going to school the next day. And then I'm going to school, I'm going to face the people that are saying all these nasty things on social media. It got so bad, especially with people from my school, that the school administration had an assembly to tell them, don't pick on your friend. If you do it and you're caught doing it, you're going to get into trouble.
Yeah.
And to some extent, I feel like it made things worse for me because not a lot of people
knew about it.
Not a lot of people knew about it. Now people are going and they're like, no, you're the one.
Yeah.
I'm just like, gosh, help me. And I felt really bad. Am I doing the right thing at the wrong time? Is it the wrong time to do this? Because a lot of people my age are just like, we have certain things that we do. And then I'm doing this. Am I not fitting in? Am I not going to be a person that's going to already have a struggle of having friends? But then now it even made it worse. And on my mental health, I developed even more anxiety. Like I got so anxious. I'm like, if I do this, people are going to think this. People are going to think this. And to some extent, I even just closed myself out from the world. Whenever my parents tell me, there are these people that want to do this, I'll just have to force myself. I'm like, I have to do this really again? What if it goes into another thing and another thing and another thing? And going through that helped me understand the type of power I have. Like the limitless possibilities I have within self, Like if I'm able to make you talk about me, there's something that's unique about me.
Then I must be special.
In some way, And if you're going through it, please, within fast again, speak to older people, speak to the relevant authorities to help you get through that. Seek counseling, seek all sorts of help to help you get through that, because I know you will never be the same person as you were before, because you've been shown another side of the world, the very bad side, the very ugly side of the world. And that's what happens to people who are doing things that are benefiting the world.
Yeah.
And there are a lot of people that won't agree with it. Like, why are you a little girl and doing this? Why are you a girl and doing this? Why are you? This isn't for you. This isn't your environment. This is your type. This isn't your type of territory. But you need to speak about it and try as much as possible to speak against it and speak about your experience, because it's gonna help somebody. And me speaking about it the first time, I was kind of emotional because I hadn't completely gotten over it. But the more I speak about it, it's the more it's a stepping stone. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
It's not biggie. Yes, it changed me, it changed my perspective on certain things. But you have to continue moving forward. But you really need to get the necessary help. You need to even just take time to yourself to say, okay, this has happened. You need to assess the situation properly. But get help. The relevant authorities are there, and just use this experience. If you're going through it, speak about it until you don't feel bad about it anymore.
That's amazing, because I even like how you came out of it. You developed something positive out of the negative, because Zicta went on to make you an ambassador for anti-cyberbullying, right? So how did that happen? How did you become an ambassador for it? Did they hear your story, or you spoke about it so much that it got their attention?
So I once attended this, it was in 2019, the Girls in ICT in Daba. And it's that thing where it's where you go and you're not known, that type of thing. People know you, like the organizers and all that. Oh, it's Mwangala. But I was able to blend in with the other girls, which is so cool, because I also don't like attention to some extent.
Yeah.
So it was so cool. I got to interact with all these other girls and all that. And then through that experience, I think that's when even the passion for pursuing a career in ICT came about. And after that, I feel like through these various platforms I get to speak about it, I caught their attention and they made me the Child Online Protection Ambassador. And it was something that I felt like, yep, another point for anti-cyberbullying. In your face, cyberbullying, in your face.
Ambassador,
I'm now an ambassador. And, I got to speak to a lot of people, even older people who've experienced cyberbullying. And there are quite a number of influential people that go through cyberbullying every single time. Like every single time you post something, people will say something about it. And they're like, for a little girl, you've really shown us that you're able to do tremendous things, you're able to do a lot of things within yourself. And so with that brand ambassadorship, I think I got to engage with various people, like even engage with people in my age group, even younger, even older. Like we talked about it, I love educating people. Like I love getting to know people. I love people, honestly.
Yeah.
Like I love being able to interact with people, and through my interactions, I feel like I helped a lot of people, because you would see through the social media posts, they're like, oh no, your story has really inspired me. I'm gonna do what I want to do, regardless of what people say, that type of thing.
Yeah.
And I'm just grateful to Zicta for giving me this opportunity, because I always say sometimes it's not even about myself. It's about the fact that I have the ability to help people overcome certain things, to help people be to be themselves, to be whoever they want to be, that type of thing. So I'm thankful again to Zicta for giving me this opportunity, and I'll make sure that I'll continue to use my voice for the greater good.
Wow, that's really amazing. So we're going to be having the STEM Awareness Conference under the Zambia National STEM Foundation, and you and I will be speaking at that platform. But first of all, let me talk about how you are the ambassador for the Zambia National STEM Foundation, right? You are literally the face that's representing science and technology among young people currently. So can you just talk a little bit about what you expect to see from the new Ministry of Science and Technology? What are your expectations as a young person who's into innovation in science and technology?
Okay, so my expectations are that we will be more, we will be educated even more, in the field of STEM, and we'll have more programs that involve us to be really hands-on, in the hands-on development of the science and technology industry in our country. Education is the most important thing, really. I can't stress this enough. Because we're not really knowledgeable about science and technology in our schools, amongst young people. There are very few people. I feel like I've interacted with enough people to know that there's not a lot of people that are as open-minded when it comes to science and technology. So education and sensitization for both the youth and the adults is very important, because especially with the females, we have this notion of you can't do it. You can't be a systems developer if you're female. You can't be like anything to do with science and technology if you're female, you know. And it's something that I am so like, it's a passion for me to prove people, not that I like proving people wrong, but because it's never been done before. It has, but we don't have a lot of role models. Yes, as many people in the science, and I want to be one of them because I feel like I'm already well known enough to be able to go through this, like to be able to go through this, and then, you know, be able to be an example. But like, I would like the ministry to take into consideration that we should even have a recreational facility for people who want to like pursue careers in STEM. I remember when I went to South Africa, I went to this place, an education center, Saibono. Upon walking in, then I think that time I wanted to do aerospace engineering. Okay, there's just a lot of things I want to do. Really, there's a lot of things I want to do. You have a whole life ahead of you. So there was, every career is incorporated into that center. You have programmers, you have doctors, you have chemical engineers, name it, it's there, you know. And seeing that, I'm like, why don't we have this in Zambia, you know? So if we were to get aside, if we would have centers like those in every province, I feel like by the time we're reaching 2040, Zambia and technological advancement will be as good as Japan. Trust me.
You know, I believe you. I really believe you because, you know, I'm one person who's into innovation and all, and I've noticed that most people give up their journey because there's literally no support for them. Not necessarily that the people don't support them. Yeah, people will support you on Facebook. They'll be like, oh my gosh, amazing, you're doing great. And it ends there. But that's not what an innovator wants. An innovator wants, you know, progress. They want their idea being born into reality. And I like how you brought about the facilities that need to be in all the provinces. And I don't know if you've heard of Jacaranda Hub. You know, Jacaranda Hub is trying to bring in innovation hubs in all the provinces. And I think that's a really great idea. And I hope the minister gets to see your message. And anyways, I'm sure you'll be in attendance at the STEM conference and you get to air out your views there as well. So, but then like with everything that you said, you know, you have this energy. You talked about cyberbullying. I've experienced cyberbullying before. I could relate. But like with all this energy in you, what is your motivation? You know, what makes you do the things that you do? So what motivates you?
What motivates me is because, really, what motivates me is because I feel like it has to be done, you know?
Yeah.
It's a calling. Like, I feel like it's my purpose in this life to be able to inspire, you know. I've been given that ability. I've been given the ability to inspire positive change. Because we don't have a lot of, like, I don't say we don't have a lot of positive role models, but we have the role models, but young people, you know. I'm doing this at 15 years old. Things that people that are like company executives and all that, I have them coming up to me saying, how do you do it at such a tender age, you know? My motivation really is because I want to see positive change in the world. I want to see youth inclusion, female inclusion, you know what I mean? And you know, what keeps me going is God keeps me going, really. Yeah. God keeps me going because if it wasn't for him, I wouldn't have been here today. Yeah. My parents are huge supporters of everything that I do. My brothers, really, because I want my brothers to grow up as open-minded young people. People who are not afraid to do what they want, what they need to do, what they feel like things that need to be changed in the world, you know, notions that need to be changed in the world. I feel like if I do it, they can do it. If I do it, my friends at school can do it. If I do it, everybody can just, in their own way, create positive change in the world. And we can live in a better place where all our ideas are acknowledged, where everybody's voice matters, and where everyone's opinion is heard. So, yeah, that's basically what motivates me.
Amazing. And with that stage, who inspires you? Who are the people that inspire you to do what you do?
The people that inspire me to do what I do, firstly, is Madam Mizinga Milu. I feel like she's a superhero on her own. Firstly, because she went to the school that you and I went to.
Well, let's start from there.
Former Roma girl. Like,
Yeah.
come on, guys. Like, she's just an amazing woman. And she's someone that has been really supportive of what I do. Like, she's been a great support system towards everything that I do. My biggest inspiration in this world really is my mom. My mom is the biggest inspiration that I have. Like, she's my best friend.
Oh.
Of all the best friends, she's my best friend.
Yeah.
Because my mom is not afraid to go after what she wants. I've seen it because of all the things that she does. She's into sales and marketing, yeah?
Yeah.
And she's taught me that if you make yourself marketable enough, you will
Yeah.
sell. Trust me, you will sell. Because she runs a lot of businesses, and how she manages to do all that and
Yeah.
still be there for her little babies, and how she just continues to take care of herself, and just an amazing woman she is. She really is an inspiration to me. My dad is also an inspiration to me because I feel like I get my confidence from him. My dad is such a confident person, and he's always been there for me when I needed, even when I couldn't shop for myself, even when I get down, when I feel a certain way about myself. Said, Satya, my daughter, why are you feeling like this? My daughter, why are you feeling like this?
Yeah.
You know, such kinds of confidence. And everybody that, like, the youth inspire me. Like, you inspire me, really. Like, I can't lie. Like,
I think we need to record that. And
you inspire me, really, because it's not a lot of people that do the things we do, you know? And for us to be making it out there, it means that we're definitely doing something, right? And you know, everyone, the youth motivate me to do, like, the youth motivate me to do what I am doing, you know? They inspire me to do what I want to do because I'm doing it for them. Most of the time, it's not even about myself. The interviews, the platforms I'm told to speak at, it's not about myself.
It's about representing.
It's about representing what kind of people are out there, you know what I mean? So,
Yeah. Wow, this is really amazing, and I feel inspired. You know, this whole thing has just made me feel inspired. What advice do you have for both girls and boys out there? Just any advice you'd like to give them.
Reading is important, please, with emphasis. Read your books. Reading is amazing. I feel like I've been reading since I was really small.
Yeah.
So, like, read your books. It may not be a school books. I know school books. You can read the novel, but the school books are just like, school books. You know, read, explore, really. Like, explore different fields. Because in my head, when I was little, I told myself, I'm going to be a lawyer. I'm going to be Mwangala Maunga State Council. And three, I was saying all that, you know, just explore different fields of, like, just explore the world, really. Because there are a lot of things. You have YouTube. YouTube, you can learn anything. Really,
yeah.
you can learn anything. And, you know, just be able to express yourself. Be authentic. I've said this a number of times. Stay true to yourself and just continue being the person you are, and that way you'll be different and your light will shine differently from others.
Wow. I really love everything you have said, and I feel that young person watching out there, you may be 15, you may be 25, you may be 30, but I'm sure everything that has been said today has inspired you. Now, as we conclude, what advice do you have for parents? Because clearly, for you to get to where you are, your parents have really supported you, and I feel that there are some people out there. This is a discussion I had with, you know, the famous football player, Barbara Banda. She was talking about how she was supported by her dad but not by her mom, but you know, she still went ahead. But then they can't go for it because their parents are not in support of it. So what advice do you have for parents? Like, what role do they have to play in order for their children to succeed just like you are thriving?
You know, you need to listen to us, really. You need to listen to what we have to say because our opinion matters, you know. We can meet halfway, really. Like, we can meet halfway. We can negotiate. At least let me live the life I want to live, you know. Let me be the person I want. I want to be a happy person, you know, as I get older, I want to continue being happy because I did what I want to do. I feel like what I want to do what I want to do is beneficial to myself, and so I would like you to support me, you know, that type of thing. We could meet halfway. This is how it is with my parents. I want to do science and tech. My school also really matters. So it's only on specific days that I'm able to even, like, you know, do certain things. And even, like, it's really hard to convince them, like, okay, with certain competitions, like, okay, but I want to do it. You know, it's that type of thing. But I would encourage our parents to listen to us. Listen to what we have to say. If you feel like it's not if you feel like it's not going to, like, it doesn't add any value to life, give me at least an opportunity to show you that it adds value. You know what I mean? Like, give me an opportunity to say, okay, you want to do this, show me how it's going to be beneficial. Show me that it won't affect, most importantly, your schoolwork. You know what I mean? So listen to us, and if it's appealing enough, like if it's good enough for you, let us do it. Of course, with your guidance and your support, because I feel like we all need to be shown support in order for us to keep going. And if you show support enough to your kids, you even see that they'll be more like free to talk around you, or to even tell you about certain things that they want to do. All I'm saying is just listen to us. Give us chance to explain. Not, mommy, I want to do this. No. Daddy, I want to do this. No. Give me chance. Okay, Daddy, I want to do this. But wait, let me finish. Let me finish. It's this, and this. If it's okay with you, I can go ahead. If it's not okay with you, I'll try something else. And when I come, don't refuse. Please. So just listen to us.
Amazing. So parents, listen to your children. Let them tell you how they feel and what they want to do. And you could meet halfway, as Mwangala has said. Now, any closing remarks for our viewers out there?
Firstly, thank you for all the support. It's amazing. I'm gonna do my very best to continue doing what I'm doing and even become good at it, or, like, you know, advance in it. And stay true to yourselves. Continue loving yourselves. Love yourself, really. Love yourselves. Love what you do, and just be kind to one another.
Oh, we will be kind. Thank you so much, Mwangala, for joining us. Ladies and gentlemen, that was Mwangala with us, the amazing inventor who invented a solar water purifier. And she's doing amazing work. She's doing great things. She's an ambassador where she is. And we're really proud of her. Let's support her. Let's continue to share her story. Let's continue to tell people that they can be anything that they want to be. So that's it from our side. I'm your host, Florence Jedediah Mlenga. See you on the next episode. Silence, silence. Speak what you want.